Okay. Um, every Tuesday we have kind of a team meetup, team training, and sometimes it's just big shout outs to congratulating everybody, or job well done, or training on something specific, or maybe it's just a work session. But Tiffany messaged and she's like, you guys, the YouTube video that Shelby posted a couple of days ago about how to recruit, how to sign distributors is literal gold. And so we wanted to kind of dissect it, pick it apart, help you guys. But what I want to stress to everyone is our team page is a huge wealth of information. It's there for you to learn and to implement what feels good for you. But sometimes it takes us also stepping outside of our comfort zone and trying something new. And so always growing to the next level takes being uncomfortable. It takes stretching and trying something a little bit outside of our comfort zone. And so I've learned so much from just watching this YouTube video. And Tiffany's been in a long time with It Works. I've been in over 6 years. And still, it's like, we can't stress enough. If you guys want to learn more, watch more YouTube videos. Watch more of our videos, our lives, the things that are on the corporate page, Mark and Pam's, Cami Dempsey's pages. Like, watch their lives, learn from other people that are finding success. And it's always evolving, and so we're always learning. Tiffany? Jump in or?
So honestly, like I understand that everybody gets discouraged, and it's so easy to do in this business. I've been a bit discouraged. I was a little bit discouraged in the beginning of this month. I was just like, oh, so don't think that it just happens to you. It happens to all of us. So who was it? I don't know. Somebody shared some video on our team page, and I can't remember what it was about. Did you ever see it, Colette? I think I sent it to like everybody on my team. Tanya, you watched it. Geetha, I think you watched it as well. But it was basically a bunch of distributors talking about their testimonials, where they started from, where they were. They were pretty high in the company. They were like triple diamond and up. And they all, like, the very last girl ended up taking off her eyelashes because she was so emotional. So I got 10 minutes into that video. And I'm like, oh my, and I was at my full-time job. So I was like, oh my God, I'm so pumped up. I can't wait to get home and work. And I messaged Colette. I'm like, did you see this video? She's like, tell me you're all hustle. I'm like, oh, I haven't finished it yet. Wait a minute. Let me get back to you on that. And then I sent it to my whole team. So it totally got me out of my rut. So that's what Colette is saying, is it's so important. There's so many resources that when you are in a rut, when you are discouraged, the help is readily available. Just look on YouTube and just watching these videos and kind of diving in. It's going to church. When you're feeling down, you go to church, you come out, you feel alive again. It's the same thing. So I really, really encourage you guys to all, make sure you do that. You have to light the fire. Your enrollers and everybody else can reach out to you and try to pump you up. But unless you're in your own right mind, you're not going to get out of that rut. So it's up to you to get yourself out of it. And I had to. Colette could talk to me as much as she wanted, but if I wasn't ready to get outside of myself, then it wasn't going to happen. And it happens for all of us.
Yeah, and that has to be expected. That's part of life. It's not just part of this business, but it's really part of life. You are not always going to be up here, roses, rainbows, unicorns, in your relationship, in your job, with your It Works, with your mindset. It is always up and down. And I think that also helps us appreciate the ups and helps us grow when we're in those valleys. When we're a little bit down, it helps us stretch and grow and really bring out that. We talk about grit, we talk about drive and passion, and it's everyone has it. It's what you do with it. Because we hear on Facebook, on social media, people are depressed, or people are sad, or this or that, which it's a real thing. And are we not that I'm not trying to categorize, but with It Works or with life or my relationship, am I only focused on the negative over and over again? Because that's all I'm going to attract. Or am I focused on the good, the positive, the opportunity, the blessings, the miracles, the possibilities? And so when you're open to knowing that there's more and knowing that this is just part of the process, it's going to help you get through that quicker. And that YouTube video that Tiffany was talking about, yeah, it was pretty powerful. And we had on there a girl that was like triple or presidential, dropped all the way down to Ruby. She's like, I was making like $500 a month. And she could have given up. We'll find that video, Hannah. She could have given up, but she's like, it's my mindset. I can choose if I'm going to think negative and think that this is the end for me, or I can say no, and I am going to work harder. And oh my gosh, this was 10 minutes in. She was like, forget that. I'm going to prove everyone wrong. And she did. So we saw lots of people last month get huge raises. You guys, it was like between $700 and $800 raise. You cannot get that in your traditional job. Aaron got a huge raise. You don't get big raises like that in a regular 9 to 5. But there were people who got $11,000 raises or more with It Works. The possibility is there, and it's there for each and every one of us. So hopefully Tiffany and I can share with you some of the bullet points that we learned from this YouTube video, and you can implement maybe one this week and then try another one next week and add on to it. But it takes effort. It takes trying. It's not going to just fall in your lap, especially by wishing or hoping and just by posting. So Tiffany, do you want to start sharing the first, like whatever notes you have first, and we'll just kind of go back and forth?
Yes. Okay, so the video that I actually watched several different ones about mass recruiting, so I've got notes from a lot of different videos. Okay. So Colette, just jump in wherever, tell me when to stop talking, because otherwise I won't.
Okay.
Okay. So, when a lot of people jump in this business, they don't really know where to begin. They just think, okay, let me just put up a before and after picture and hope somebody jumps on. But that usually is not the case. There's so much more above and beyond just posting in our business. I always like to consider it. I always go back to this. It's like fishing. You're throwing a line in there, but you have no control over how many fish you're going to catch, right? So what you really need to do is build your team and enroll distributors. That is the only way you're going to get promoted. Loyal customers are the cream of our crop because that's where we get our income from. But if you're doing it by yourself, you're never going to go above executive. So it's so important to really, really focus on recruiting distributors. And I always say, wherever you put your focus, that's what you're going to get. So if you need loyal customers, if you need volume to promote or rank up, you need to really focus on enrolling loyal customers. But if you're needing to build your team, you need to focus on building distributors. What I like to do is between the 1st and the 15th, focus solely on posting my testimonial or trying to recruit distributors. After the 15th, I'm going to focus on enrolling loyal customers to fill that volume by month end. So as far as tips to enroll distributors, your number one tip is to grow your network. And I understand that this can be scary because number one, you're wondering, okay, who do I request? I don't want random people looking at my posts. I don't want random people looking at my kids or looking into what I'm doing daily. You've got to understand that this is now a business. You're not going to go very far with only 300, 400 friends because only a third of those people are seeing your post. So you really have to grow your network. You can only get 5,000 friends on Facebook. You've got to get there as fast as you can. And utilize social media as a tool. The more people that are seeing your posts, the more opportunity that you're going to have out there. So you absolutely have to grow your network. Prior to the business, I only had people on my Facebook that I knew. I don't care if I went to school with you. If I was not friends with you, you're not on my Facebook. Once I got into this business, I had to get myself out of that really, really quick. what else? You have to be consistent with your business. You can't just post in the beginning of the month, then drop off, then at the end of the month realize you have a whole bunch of catch up to do and jump back in it. You can't do that because people are watching you. And if anything, people are waiting for you to quit. So if you give them that satisfaction, they're like, I knew that this business wasn't real. I knew that this business was a fake. They're going to buy into you before they buy into any of your products. So if you show that you're consistent in your postings, if you show that you're consistent, that you're actually using your products, that you're showing everything that this business is doing for you, that's when they're going to finally be like, okay, she's dead set on in this business. So whatever you want to do, don't prove them right. Don't do all this work for someone else to snag this distributors. You don't want to post and communicate with all these people and then get discouraged and quit, because when it comes time for that person to jump on board, if you're no longer in the business, they're going to snag onto the next distributor that they see in their newsfeed. So you want to capture your audience, capture your people. Talk about your testimonial. Talk about where you were before joining the business, what made you join the business, where you can see your life going. Talk about how you're excited to be able to build a savings account finally. Save for a car, save for a vacation, save for a house. Talk about how you never thought that you had this opportunity before. A lot of people with their full-time jobs, their jobs are only paying their normal bills. So they would like to have an extra income to where they can have this extra, get a new car to where they can afford a car payment. Yes.
So being where I have been with having my electricity shut off, having no gas to get to work, looking at my bank account, wondering how I'm going to pay for food. I know the majority of people already have felt those same things, and those are strong, strong emotions. And so you don't have to be hitting $1,000 bonus and hitting Ruby or Diamond or leadership rank, like VIP ranks. You don't have to do that. All you have to do is share how you want your life to be different. And Erin sold some wraps today, and she was able to buy her Michigan green carpet ticket with that. She's been able to pay her car payments with extra money that she's earned. Those need to be shared. If you earned any wrap cash from selling a wrap, or you got a fast start bonus, I had $16 in my account. If I got $100 fast start bonus, that was like the heavens opened and I just got a full-on miracle. And so we don't have to have these massive things to touch someone. You can talk about the simple things. But we start to kind of maybe second guess, well, you went and bought several pairs of shoes for your kids for school. Guess what? I'm sure you've earned some money with It Works, and It Works has helped you pay for something. And so it's kind of this trickle down effect that somehow It Works was responsible for you being able to buy those shoes, because you're also having a little bit more freedom with spending that money on bills or something else that freed up that money. And so we've got to share the small stuff.
Yeah, and also share other distributors' testimonials. So a lot of the time you'll see, if you guys are following Pam Sauer, she'll spotlight some distributors and kind of share their testimonials. Share that as well, because what you're doing is you're showing that this business is for anybody, and no matter where you came from, anybody can make it in this business. So you're not just showing what it can do for you. Hi, Arlene. So you're not just showing what it's doing for you, but you're showing what it's doing for everybody else. And as Colette said, share your small victories. If your paycheck was $50, share how you're able to afford diapers, milk, nails. A lot of at-home moms wish that they can go out and get their nails done. How you can afford groceries or even Starbucks. So share just even the little things and what it's doing for you, because a lot of stay-at-home moms wish that they had that extra $50.
Well, and if you got that check in the mail from some refund, from the state, from taxes that just showed up out of the blue, if you got a $50 check in the mail, oh my gosh, that's awesome. So instead of being like, oh, well, I haven't hit $500 a month yet, so what? You're earning something, and that's a bonus. When
posting, have a target audience in mind. So when you're putting this out there, pretend like you're talking directly to that stay-at-home mom or that working mom who wishes that she earned enough income from home to where she could stay home with her babies. Or if you're talking to that student who has all the student debt to pay off, you'll have one person in mind, but you're going to reach a large audience. Somebody's going to be like, oh my gosh, I have student debt. What is she talking about here? You're going to capture that person's attention. So have somebody in mind or a particular audience, and make your post where it's going to tug at their heartstrings. Don't just throw out a random, nilly-willy post.
Willy-nilly.
What is it?
I said willy-nilly.
Willy-nilly, there you go. But have it to where, you really want to touch somebody. Whenever you're putting out a post, always post with a photo, whether it's a photo of you, a photo of whatever you're talking about. If it's, post an adorable picture. Claire Flores is awesome with this. Posting a picture of her kid like running through the field or something at the park. Always post something, because as you're scrolling through news feeds, what's going to capture your attention first? A photo. And then you're going to go back and read, whatever the person talked about. My husband, when I first joined in this business, I was just enrolling people, whoever showed an interest. And then I would get so frustrated when they would quit. My husband goes, well, why are you just enrolling anybody? I was like, well, what do you mean? Who am I to decide who I'm going to enroll? If they're interested, I need distributors. I'm going to enroll them. He says, no, you need to be more selective with who you're enrolled. And I'm like, no, you can't do that. And we sat and argued back and forth, but he's right. Mm-hmm. So this is where I've been posting lately, where I'm like, I am scheduling interviews. An interview is just me basically asking you, and I did this with you, Geetha, what is it? Tell me a bit about yourself. What is it that you plan to get out of this business? And you sit back and listen to what it is that they're interested in. Don't make it seem like, oh, this business is so easy. You just jump in. All you have to do is post. Let them know it is work, but it's worth it. You can get paid this much money as long as you put in the effort. You are going to have to show up to work. You have to let them know right off the bat. Never beg anybody to join your business, because if you're begging them to join your business, you're going to be begging them to work it. So if you're having to chase after somebody and following up with them, hey, are you ready to join? Hey, are you ready to join? If you're having to chase them, you're going to end up doing that down the line, and you're not doing yourself any favor. So just be selective of who you want to join your empire, who you want to join you. And if you're putting it out there, like you're not begging them, they're going to think, wow, she's really serious about her business. I really want to be a part of what she is, or because she's not begging me. You never want to seem like I've had some people tell me, oh, I'm not interested in joining. Sorry. And I'm like, oh no, it's fine. It's fine. If you don't want to join, trust me, I don't want you to join. So just be really selective and get that person, whoever you have interested, whoever's interested in joining the business, don't text them, don't message them, don't message back and forth. Try to get them on a Zoom so you could actually see each other, or get them on a phone call. If you're new and you're not comfortable with having a one-on-one conversation, talk with your upline or get one of us on there. We'll be happy to join in, and so that way we can help answer any questions.
Tiffany. So that's like, this is one part that might be a little bit scary for some people. And when they were talking about, stop texting books about how to join your team, get them on the Zoom, or say, you know what, I'm really, really busy. Can I grab your number and I'll just call you real quick? I can give you more information. That might be scary for most of you to get them on the phone. But guess what? If you can get them on the phone, they can hear your excitement. You get a share. They call it transfer of emotion. You transfer your emotion, your excitement with them that you just can't feel with words. But if that's not something that you're like, you've got to try it. But if you can't do that, get them either on the Zoom, like she mentioned, say, hey, can I get you on a Zoom with my friend? She can explain it much better. I don't personally like saying, can I get you on with my mentor or my upline or my leader? Like, that sounds to me, being someone who didn't like network marketing, if they said, can I get you on a meeting with my upline? I'd be like, no, like, I don't want that. But if you say, hey, my friend can explain it so much better. Can I just get you on a Zoom? You can talk to her face-to-face. You can ask any question that you want. It's pretty chill. Okay, let's do that. And then from there, we can ask the questions like Tiffany was saying. But instead of us being so, they talked about it like a desperate boyfriend. You've got this desperate boyfriend who just won't leave you alone. It starts to get annoying. Even if he was like really great, you're like, no, dude, you're like annoying. So take pride in this amazing opportunity, and you are the boss, and you want an assistant, a sidekick, a manager that is going to duplicate just like you, that rocks your office, rocks your world, that you're like, you know what? I'm looking for the best of the best. So what, like she said, what do you want out of it? What interested you? What do you think how can I help you achieve your goals? But letting them know, if you're open to it, can I mentor you and show you how? It is simple steps, but it is going to take effort. And we don't want to tell them it's super easy. Oh, you just have to post. Well, there's more to it than that. We just want to let them know, hey, you know what? It's going to take some effort, certainly some personal growth, but if you're open to it, I can teach you how.
And also pay attention to how you're putting it out there. You never want to post where it's going to benefit you. You don't ever want to post where join my team, or I'm looking for 5 distributors. Put in a way, I'm looking for some business partners. I'm looking to partner up with some amazing people. I'm looking for people that I could do business with. Put it that way. You don't ever want them to think that they're joining underneath you to where you're going to be their boss or they're benefiting you. You want to put it to where you're going to be benefiting them. You're looking to help mentor them to earn some extra income. So the way that you come across will have, a big impact as well. Be confident. If someone asks you, and so many people do this, how much are you making? You don't have to tell them, I'm only making like $50 a month. What you can say is, I'm only 2 distributors away from executive. The average executive makes $300. They don't know what executive means. They don't know that that's the first step, or that's the first rank. Or I'm only 3 distributors away from Ruby. The average Ruby makes $500. They don't know how many distributors that you have. They don't know what that means, but they're going to be like, oh, okay, that's cool. If you see somebody, as you're scrolling through your news feed, if you see somebody who would make a great distributor, somebody who's already a wonderful at practicing attractive marketing, or they're always positive, or you see that they've got like a large captivating audience and they're always captivating them, make note of who that person is and just contact them and say, you know what, I've been watching you for a while now. I think you'd be amazing at what I do. Compliment them and just keep track, because maybe these people are like, oh, wow, I never even thought about it. Those are the people that you're going to want to target. If you do target anybody, it's going to be somebody who is catching your attention, because they're going to do amazing in this business. They're going to capture somebody else's attention. This business is built off of communication. So if you're messaging a potential distributor over and over and they're constantly ignoring your messages, stop messaging them. Because going back, if you're having to chase them around, you're going to have to chase them around to work your business or to work their business. So Colette, you could help with this. So what I like to do is follow top income earners. Don't send them friend requests, but just follow them. And the reason is because, especially if you're new to this business, all you have to follow is just your upline, but somebody else may have other ideas. So you want to follow top income earners to see what they're doing. And you don't ever want to copy anybody's posts, but what you want to do is use that as an idea, so you can either recreate it or you can just kind of use the verbiage and make it your own. So Colette, name off some people that you think are great people to follow.
Now, so I follow them because they're not so, okay, so it's mixed, you guys. I'm gonna be a double standard here. So I like to follow people who pull you into their life, to their story, and who have beautiful written posts and pictures, and that is Claire Flores. It is Alyssa Bilyeu, Brittany McCrory. Oh geez, now why am I drawing blanks? But they also say the more the more loud you are about the business and the opportunity and the products, but then you can also, archive those or delete them. Like, you've got to be a little bit more loud, which would be Stacy Rapp, Christy Christensen, Eliana Vargas. Like, those people are amazing with constantly posting before and after pictures and the success of the business. They're really, really good with that. I'm going to look and see if I can see anyone really quick. Tiffany.
One of my favorites is Ashley Sinclair.
Yes.
And if you find somebody so say if you're somebody who has young kids, follow like Jade Hooper or, somebody else who you can kind of relate to. You guys have the same story, you came from a certain area, you have little kids. If you're somebody who's she's pregnant now, Jocelyn, right? She's pregnant. But for a while, Jocelyn was just like a newlywed and she had no kids. Somebody else who's a young, newly wedded person, they could follow Jocelyn, but she's not pregnant. But yeah, I love to just follow them. I don't ever like any posts. I just follow just to get ideas for my own business. And I follow just a few different people because I definitely don't want my news feed flooded with other It Works posts because it's going to block me from what I need to do. But sometimes if I'm needing some ideas, I'll go to somebody's, wall and just say, okay, what have they been posting about? Great idea. I'll make a note of it and I'll kind of recreate that. Yeah, and you can save it in your Facebook. So I have like post ideas or keto coffee or cleanse. Like, I have categories in my saved. So I have collections. So when I see something on Facebook, I'll hit save. And then if it's a post idea, then I'll throw it into my post idea collection. So I can go back and like, okay, who was it that had that really awesome post? Oh, it's right here. And then I can make it my own. The thing, so when we're talking about attracting distributors, you do, like, if you need help and say, will you look at my Instagram, will you look at my Facebook? Tiffany and I, Brianna's on here, we would be happy to look at your social media with fresh eyes and give you advice and suggestions. Because the way that you're posting and talking and sharing the business, sharing the products, and sharing about your life is who you're going to attract. And so I was talking to a friend, she's with Rodan and Fields, she's a neighbor of mine. And I was like, you need to share your struggles, but just a little bit, not that it's like constant sharing your struggles, but share your struggles so that people know that you go through it too, and then share positivity. Well, she took that to heart, and now all she's doing is sharing her struggles over and over again. I'm like, oh no, now it looks like she's like on the other end of the spectrum, like, we need to like have someone go over there and rescue her. And so we want to hear about your struggles, but in a positive way that people can say, oh my gosh, she has goals, she is driven, she's been through it, but she has such a positive mindset. So you're relatable. Facebook does not have to be your highlight reel. You can still be open and vulnerable. You can share where you've been, but share where you are going. Share how it works can send you there and what it's doing for other people on your team. So hopefully I'm not diverting, but you guys, just because you might not have a distributor who promoted, your team includes anyone with It Works has promoted. I just had some VIPs in our little thread say, who on your team promoted? And they shared this huge graphic of like 100 people who promoted. It wasn't on their team, but it showed promotions throughout the entire company. So share the successes of everyone. Share your goals, your dreams, and share about people in the business that you look up to and what they're doing right. Because all of a sudden it's not just Hannah only talking about Hannah joined my team, but it's saying, look at all these people and what they're experiencing, and it becomes more than just you. And then think positive. Love what you do, and
try so hard. There was something that I was going to say with that you will come across desperate if we're trying too hard to, oh, I've got to get an LC, I've got to get a distributor, I've got to get a distributor. They're going to feel that. Throw your shoulders back and hold your head up high and be like, this is amazing. And the right people will come into your business if you are looking for the right people. One more thing, Tiffany, sorry, and then I'll turn it over to you. One girl, you guys, you've got to go back and watch this YouTube video, because all these women shared their way that they found success. And some ways were completely different ends of the spectrum. But one girl said she put everyone that showed interest in a hundreds list, like in a Facebook list. And when there was a promotion, she went through that list and voice messaged every single one of them. She's like, I spent all day messaging every single person saying, oh my gosh, I know you were interested in the hair, skin, nails, but guess what? Did you know that it's on, you get it for free? Like, she just went through this whole thing, and she's like, you never know what is going to motivate someone. And so any product, any part of the business that someone was interested in, they went in this hundreds list, and whatever promotion was going on, they messaged everyone. I know you're interested in the hair, skin, nails, but guess what? When you sign up as a distributor, you get to earn your way into for a Disney entry. Do you want to hear more? You never know if that person is like dying to get to Disney. And so you have to share it with everyone. Okay, Tiffany, back to you.
Here's some ammunition. So until you really build up and rank, your paycheck isn't going to be where you would like it to. But by enrolling distributors, you can bank on those fast start bonuses. So have a figure in your head. If you're not even executive yet, but you want to make $500, enroll 5 distributors, and then help those people. When I say help, I mean mentor them, let them know, look, you've got, once you enroll 4 loyal customers, you're going to get your shopping spree. So, of course, as soon as they enroll their first 2 loyal customers, as long as they're commission qualified, you're going to get a $100 fast start bonus. So that's a way. I mean, if you want $500 right now, that's what you need to do, is focus on enrolling distributors. And, it goes back to, how bad do you want it? So a lot of people, they jump in and out of the business and, oh, this is too hard. It takes a lot of work. I made a post today. I said, I see, and I know we all see this, where people are looking for people who are hiring, or they want to go out looking for a part-time job. But yet when you offer them the business opportunity, they're like, oh, no, I don't have time. So let me get this straight. You have 4 hours to go clock in outside of your home. You have no control over any bonuses you're going to get or the paycheck you're going to get, but you don't have, can you imagine? I would wish I had 4 hours to dedicate to my business every single day. I spend 9 hours at my full-time job, so I don't. But so if you put it to them that way, they're going to say, oh my gosh, wow. And again, you can control these bonuses, you guys. I know it seems tough. I know a lot of people are like, oh no, it's too hard for me to get distributors. Pay attention to the content you're putting out there. If you're putting more of your, if you're posting more and more about the business opportunity, more people are going to be paying attention, and you're going to get those people rolling in your inbox. Leaders attract leaders. So you have to, even if you're not a leader right now, if you don't have a team, you can put on that boss babe face and you portray yourself like you're a leader. If you don't have confidence, you need to do some self-development. And actually, even if you do have confidence, you need to do self-development. That's part of our jobs. The CEOs of the biggest companies, the reason that they are CEOs is because they do their self-development. So that's very important to your business. Brianna, Colette, do you guys have anything else as far as enrolling distributors?
I had to find the unmute. I had to find my cursor. So we break it down, you guys. You're like, well, did I learn anything about finding distributors? You've got to be vocal, and that can come in different forms. They talked about using Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram. Use the stories, go live. Like if if Facebook and Instagram are enhancing their apps and changing different features, that's what's going to be more popular. And so try to use those a little bit more. I'm just as guilty. I forget about the stories. But the younger generation, oh my gosh, did I just say that out loud? They watch the stories. And because this is a relationship business, it's not just posting and this being about you. You've got to go create those relationships. And so one girl said, I don't cold message anyone, but she builds relationships. She gets to know her audience on Instagram, Facebook, and she's so funny on Snapchat that she has this huge following that they think they're best friends. And then she trickles in her It Works and Join My Team and Disney giveaways and stuff. And that's how she incorporates it. So we've got to be more vocal about who you are and sharing your journey and how can this business change their lives. So for me, like when I think back to when I was ready, it's because emotionally I was going through a crisis. So most people are going to respond to you because something emotional is going on in their life, that maybe they've been watching you for a year. Someone said they'd watched for 3 years. Guys, this business might be about you, but them joining is not about you. It's about them. So we've got to remember, hey, if they're not ready right now, totally fine. I am open to finding people who want this business right now. I am attracting people whose lives are ready to change right now. Who is that? And so it is being more intentional with our posts. Thinking, like Tiffany said, you've got to be like talking to that person. So I'm going to use this as an example right now. Like, I remember that time when I was praying over my gas to stretch from my house to my work. Like, how are you feeling that same way? Are you feeling like you just don't have any money you're scraping the quarters to put $5 in your gas tank? That was me. And I am so grateful that It Works not only pays me enough that I don't have to stop at $10 in my gas tank, but I can now fill it up without that worry. What would that feel like for you? I'm looking for people, I'm looking for you to join my team so that I can help you have a little bit more freedom and peace of mind. So you just talk to that person who's also struggling to pay for their gas tank to be filled up. So I would encourage everyone to try to share more stories of success, people who are promoting, people who are like rocking it. And I want you to learn a little bit more about how to do that too. You know, maybe how to do host to post a little bit better, maybe how to have more confidence. And then just be more vocal on Facebook, because if you are focusing on that, you're going to be attracting that. And Tiffany, you said you did it in the first week or first 10 days, 2 weeks, focusing on distributors?
Oh, the first half of the month.
Yeah.
So I'll focus on distributors, and then because if you look at the last half of the month, you're going to focus on enrolling loyal customers, because that's how you're going to help you to seal your Fast Star bonuses.
Right.
And fill up that volume.
Yeah.
One thing that I want you guys to all understand is that every single top income earner has been where you are.
Mm-hmm.
My first checks are usually around $50. And during that video, the Dark Horse series, I remember one of the girls, I think it was the one who heard, she was a triple diamond, but her paycheck dropped down to that of a ruby. She said that she really plugged away and focused on herself and her business. And after that, her check jumped up to $10,000, I believe. And then $16,000 the next month, and then $20,000 the month after that. So can you imagine if she, during her time of frustration and discouragement, she decided to give up on her business, she never would have seen those paychecks. So think about what would that check do for you if you got $5,000 a month, you know? So if you were to quit just because you're frustrated, you'll never get to reap those benefits. You'll never get to see what that's like.
Well, in quitting, what does that do? Like, think about, if you quit, it's still zero.
Mm-hmm. then your check will really go down.
So you can only go up. Yeah. Yeah. So let's talk about loyal customers real quick. Yeah. Quitting guarantees failure.
So now that we've enrolled our distributors the first half of the month, now we need to really, I mean, if you've got 10 distributors on your team, if nobody's enrolling loyal customers, your paycheck's going to still be zero, except for those fast start bonuses. Well, hopefully. You have to really post before and after pictures, because this is where our business is pretty cool as opposed to like Herbalife. Nobody gets excited about a picture of a shake or, you know, different products like that. But when you can see a before and after picture of somebody, that's when people are like, oh my gosh, wait a minute, look at her hair here, look at her hair there. You know, that's where you're going to capture somebody's attention. So, in one of the videos that I saw, especially on Instagram, what they say is they'll post before and after pictures, but then they'll delete the before and after pictures 24 hours later to avoid their newsfeed looking spammy. So, and that would be a personal preference. I also see where a lot of people, they'll post before and afters or product posts in their stories on Instagram or Facebook, because a lot of people, they pay more attention to the stories than the timeline. I don't. I always forget about the stories, but maybe because I'm a little bit older. But the younger people, they're watching the stories more. One thing that somebody told me today, and I never thought about it, you know, I've always had a problem with the collagen and the coffee because they only come in packets of 15. I'm like, well, there's more than 15 days a month, so don't sell them as 1 pack, sell them as 2 packs.
Right.
So what you could say is, you know, a month's supply of the collagen is $80 as a loyal customer, or a month's supply of coffee is whatever 39 plus 39 is.
78. Oh.
Okay. So, and that's it. Also a way, you know, you're upselling a product. If somebody says, oh, you know, that's a little, I can't really swing that, then that's when you could say, okay, well, you know what, I'll tell you what. And then you kind of can go back down to 1 pack. 1 pack is this. It's so much easier going from $80 to $40. The same with products. If somebody wants to lose weight, don't just try to sell them on Fat Fighters or Thermofite. Sell them on the system. It's so much easier going from trying to sell $147 worth of product. It's easier going from that, going back down to something that may fit their budget a little bit more. That's a lot easier than saying, oh, well, Fat Fighters are $25, but you can get that and you can get this. And then now you're adding on to their price tag. But if you start high and if you have to go low, it's a lot better. And plus, if you've got volume to fill, you're going to want to sell packs. So focus on, you know, selling that system to people who want to lose weight. People who want to grow out their hair, talk about the collagen and the hair, skin, and nails, because together they're supposed to work wonders on people who want to grow their hair. So focus on upselling your products. If you're selling the keto coffee, talk about the chocolate grains, because the more products you're going to sell, that's where your volume is coming in. It's a lot harder if you're putting in a $30 order, a $30 order. It's going to be you're going to have a hard time really building your volume.
So with that though, and I know Tiffany's really, really good about this, like asking, what are your goals? And the way I like to explain the loyal customer program right now is kind of explaining it like a subscription box, because everyone loves something that's personalized just for them. And so I've said it to you guys, said it to a few people before, but I'm like, you know, what are your goals? What are your goals over the next 3 to 6 months? How can I help you achieve those? And so then I'll kind of dive into, they're like, oh, I want to lose weight. Oh, really? You know, 10 pounds, 20, 30. What's your exercise like? What's your diet like? And so I kind of I ask one question, let them answer, ask another question, let them answer. And then I'll say, you know what? The last thing you want to do is waste your money. So let's formulate a plan that's personal just for you over the next 90 days. How does that sound? Perfect. Great. By doing that, I'm going to give you my 40% off so that you have increased savings. And you also get to earn 10% credit on top of that. How does that sound? Awesome. Okay. Here's a few different packages. You tell me what fits your budget. And like you can do whatever you want, but someone once said, well, what's your budget? I'm like, free. You know, of course I want to spend as little as possible. But when you can talk about what their personal goals are, all of a sudden they're investing their emotion. We're talking about that again. Their emotion comes into it and they're like, oh, and I'll say, how would you feel if you met your goal? How would that feel to you? Describe that to me. Okay, well, let's do that. And every 30 days, we're going to connect and make sure that you're getting the results that you want. And we can kind of adjust and alter and keep this personalized. How does that sound? And so all of a sudden, they're a little bit more open to what you're offering, or 2 packages of keto coffee, or, you know, whatever. So let's see, what else? You guys forgive me. Sometimes I like blank out. What else?
One of my favorite places to get before and after pictures is on Instagram. So if I want to post a good before and after picture of wraps or hair, skin, and nails or something, I'll just go to Instagram and look up It Works hair, skin, and nails. And click on the tags, and I'll just look through there to get pictures or ideas. It Works Adventures Instagram page has some great lifestyle posts that you could either snag, like it might be a pretty hand holding the collagen or something. You could either recreate them or just use that. People are drawn to beautiful pictures, and this is where lifestyle pictures can come in. Also, you know, you want to show that you're using the products that you're selling. You cannot sell a product if you're not using it. One thing people are going to ask you is, how does this taste? What's your favorite greens flavor? Have you used this product? You want to be able to tell them yes. Get in your mind, it's a good idea for over 3 months, pick a couple of products that you're going to use, that you're going to put on your auto shipment, that you're going to use on yourself. Use it for 3 months and document everything that you're feeling. You know, I'm drinking my greens. This is how I've been feeling. I've been taking my collagen. I don't experience as much joint pain as I used to. I've only been on it for a week. Talk about this, because somebody else who has joint pain, they're going to be like, oh, wait a minute, what product was that you're talking about? And use them for 3 months, because you can't just use it for a couple of weeks. You can't just use it for 1 month. You want to be your own testimonial. And if you get some amazing pictures, send those to corporate so you can get them corporate approved and be like, guess what, guys, this is me. Because if somebody is on your Facebook and they're saying, this is you, somebody that I know, where can I get these products from? So really use your auto shipments, which is your investment in your business, which you should be ordering product for yourself anyways. And just think of a goal that you have in mind. If you want to grow your hair out, whatever, really focus on the hair, skin, and nails and the collagen. Put those on your auto shipment and concentrate and be consistent for the next 3 months so you can get your own testimonial. Another page where I love, and a lot of people, especially the new ones, are not familiar, but our Fit Together page. We came out with this when we started our whole keto line. These are people that are all using our It Works products. So if you're not in this group, make sure you get with your upline and get added, because a lot of people are posting their before and afters. And I'm going through screenshot, and you could tell what their names are. A lot of the people, they don't care if you're sharing their before and after photos. But you know, you can also personalize it. Oh my God, look at Robin's results from using keto coffee for the past 3 months. You know, so that's another great place to get before and after pictures. Never overwhelm potentials by answering questions that were not asked. A confused mind will always say no. So if you right off the bat start telling them all the ingredients of the wraps and how they can only wrap every 3 days and how much water they're supposed to drink, they're like, okay, thanks. So just wait for them to ask a question before you answer it. Never word vomit. And I was really bad about that, because I figured if I give you all the answers right now, you're not going to have any questions left. And what I was doing was completely and thoroughly confusing people, and they would run away from me. What I have been doing lately, you know, since Host to Post is so huge, all these people that I've been following up with for months and are not really budging, I'm offering them the opportunity to host a post for me. They're not losing out on anything, and they could possibly get, you know, drawn in our drawing, or their names drawn in our drawing. So I'm just saying, hey, you know, I have this opportunity here. You interested? Yes. So guess what? That's helping me out. By them just sitting in my inbox is not doing anything. So ask all those people to host a post for you. You're going to build your network. You're going to get so many more potentials, and you could possibly get some more orders.
Okay. Did you guys see the spreadsheet that my friend, she went into our page and did the leader tip, and she has a host to post spreadsheet that keeps track of who's hosting a post and who likes and comments. It was like brilliant. I'm gonna have to find it because she put it in the comments of her video. Basically, it's a sheet of paper and it has columns, and whoever agrees to do a host to post, her name goes here, and anyone who likes and comments, their names go there. And then the next person who hosts a post, and it's just, she prints out like 10 pages, stapled it together, and she's got this huge booklet of hundreds and hundreds of names, and it's all organized. Like, I loved it. So I'll find that too.
Very nice. When you go to follow up with a potential, when you go to follow up with a potential, follow up because they're expecting you to, but don't you expect them to order from you right then and there. So a lot of people say, oh, I have 4 potential loyal customers on Friday. You go to follow up with all 4 of them. 3 of them don't even acknowledge your message. 1 of them says, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not ready yet. That can crush somebody's spirits. So don't go following up with them expecting them to enroll with you right then and there. It's not about you, it's about them. Do your job by following up and then move on. When I say move on, I don't mean delete them. I don't mean stop following up. You're going to follow up with people until they either block you or they tell you, I'm no longer interested. And also utilize voice messaging when you're following up with somebody. Just say, hey girl, real quick, I just wanted to follow up. You wanted me to follow up with you on Friday. You said it was your payday. Are you ready to get your order in? I've got some orders to input tonight and I can get yours in. I would just need some info. Just a quick voice message, and either they'll respond or they won't, but at least it's kind of switching the game up from you just typing out something.
Right.
You have anything else, Paulette or Colette?
What's interesting is, I hate on videos, you can't just click on the comments. It just takes you to watch the video. I'll watch it later. I want you guys to go watch the YouTubes because we covered an hour and 20 minutes of one video plus a few other videos in just an hour, in just 45 minutes. And so we covered a lot of ground that you might be feeling a little overwhelmed, but you need to go and watch the videos on your own and take what really hits home with you and really give it some good effort. But what I loved, I want you guys to go watch the Dark Horse series. Wow, that was good. That really kicks your butt into gear and saying, you know what? Like it's a personal check saying, sounds like I haven't been working hard enough. This girl just killed it and gave herself a raise. And so that one was so amazing. But then the other one was so many great, valuable tips and ideas of how they're doing their business a little bit differently. And so, yeah, we covered a lot of ground. There's a lot that you can do, but it's also being very thoughtful, very genuine, and very intentional with your time and with your posts. That's not going to change. Like, keep doing that. But then do your homework. That's what it's going to be, is do your homework. So what we'll do, I'll list this recording back in a post, and I'll also put the other links to the videos also in that thread so that you guys can watch them. But get some headphones and listen to them, you know, Bluetooth or whatever, in the car, doing dishes, cooking. I mean, whenever you can.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
So I want to show you guys something that I saw in a video. So it's the funnel technique. Look at this funnel as your business. You have to constantly add to your funnel. Constantly post, all of your messages are constantly added. Eventually, when your funnel fills up, it's going to start dripping. If you're not filling up your funnel, you're not going to have any overflow. You're not going to have anything come out of it. So you have to constantly fill, so it's coming out the bottom, it's overflowing on the top. And because, like I said, otherwise, if you're not filling up your funnel, you're not going to have anything from it.
Good point. Very good point. Okay, you guys, it's already 9 o'clock straight up. Thanks for hopping on. If you have questions, post your questions in the team page or message us, and we'd be happy to answer your questions. Okay? Zuri, thank you. You're welcome very much. Brianna hopped on. Sorry, we didn't shout out everyone as you hopped on after we got started. Loris, Geetha, I think we got everyone else. So you guys, thank you. And please comment in the team page what you appreciated, what you liked, what meetings you would like to see, because we do this for you. We do this so that you guys can learn and grow. And we want to hear more from you. Have a good night.